Guys. Oh my god. This is why I love Kill la Kill. The unexpected always happens. Like if you predict something, it's never going to go the way that you predicted 100%. This episode gave me a nerdgasm. You can probably still see it on the screen in the back, just all over the screen. Wow. To me, the biggest mindfuck this entire episode was realizing that Satsuki's dad and Riko's dad are the same person. As soon as we were shown the color of his hair, I already knew that that was Dr. Matoi. And this guy, everything that Dr. Matoi did, founded the nudist beach, created Senketsu, everything that we heard about Dr. Matoi. This man is the one who actually did it. So he is going behind the woman's back who he made the children with in the first place to, mess up her research and protect the world. And this guy has earned my respect. Rest in peace, man. Ryuko's heart pulling itself back into her chest and sewing itself back up was kind of creepy and kind of disgusting, but awesome at the same time. And Yui and Ragyo were about to whoop Ryuko's ass. I don't care what anyone says. And Satsuki saved the day with that big explosion, but that did knock Ryuko out and knock her out for an entire month. And during this month, a lot has happened. These covers are not playing. When they sucked up Mako, I was like, oh my god. No, not Mako. Even though I knew she wasn't dead, I wasn't expecting her to come back in the same episode. I thought it was going to be like around episode 24 or 25, since this anime is only going to around 25 anyway. But the first time we saw the covers absorb a human and Mako's dad got real close to it, like right in front of his face, I busted out laughing. Just these covers turning the human faces into like small shrunken head kind of things. I don't know why, it just gave me a laugh. But I find it fucking epic that the Elite Four are now members of the Nudist Beach. Like when I saw Jakajiri in the Nudist Beach uniform, I was like, wow, I nerdgasmed all over the place. I don't know how to explain it, but the idea of two enemies joining forces to handle a bigger problem is always epic in any anime, show, movie, whatever. And the Elite Four have no Goku uniforms. I guess a month without maintenance is just too much, even for a 3-star uniform, because we see Sanagiyama's pretty much explode. So the only things they have are swords or daggers made out of Satsuki's broken sword and the suction thing that Gamagori was wielding at the end that sucks the humans out of the covers, which Ryuko rendered that shit just completely useless because she got the humans out of every single cover in that situation around the end. With just one blow, destroyed all of them. Man, Ryuko is turning up right now, and it seems like she has awakened the inner life fiber in her now that she knows that it's there and she's made up of life fiber. So maybe now she can even rival Ragyo's strength. And the whole situation with Ryuko screaming at Senketsu saying, I'll never put you on and you disgust me because we're both the same monster, blah, blah, blah. I'm not buying that. I mean, she may feel that way now, and she does kind of have a right to, because, I mean, her entire life was a lie. Her dad, is her dad, but he isn't who she thought he was, and just everything that is just being uncovered in her life right now has to be a shock. And I can't blame her for hating life fibers, but she didn't have to snap on Senketsu like that. But with Ragyo making the perfect or the ultimate Kamui, Ryuko is going to have to put Senketsu back on at some point. And since she has awakened the inner life fibers inside of her, it seems like, and since she can whoop ass on her own without Senketsu, when she puts him back on, she is going to be near God levels, I'm telling you. But this episode took a complete turn from what I was expecting. I was not expecting this 1 month later scenario with covers pretty much taking over the world. I was expecting Ragyo to get taken care of before it reached this point. But just seeing everyone, having to hide out in different, locations while the covers are pretty much roaming the top of the earth and everything, that's a real nice twist. I wasn't expecting that. I would have never even predicted that. And is it me, or did old sparkly nipples have Mako's mother just staring at his shiny pink glowing dick? But Ragyo must have some type of incest fetish, because every time she's around Sasuke, she either feels on her boobs, plays up there, and this episode she was just slapping her on the ass. The only reason Ragyo is keeping Sasuke alive is because she's going to put her, or rather have the ultimate Kamui swallow Sasuke. And I thought this would be an awesome fight, an awesome villain for Ryuko to ultimately defeat. But around the end, after the ending, if you stuck around to watch after the ending, Satsuki like toenail falls off, and it seems like she has a blade under her toenail, so it looks like she might be able to cut herself out and escape. So will Ryuko have to put the ultimate Kamui on herself? But just the fact that the good guys are losing to the point where the world is about to be taking over is a major twist. You don't see that in many anime. Well, not to this extent anyway, when they are literally on the run and like have to retreat and regroup to come back. Of course, the world is not going to end because, you know, I doubt that the writer of this awesome anime would let the covers take over. But just seeing the bad guys winning is really, really not that common in anime. And I wasn't expecting it to show itself in this anime, which is great. But man, this episode just blew my mind. This anime has to be by far the only anime that's ongoing that has shocked me so many times. Like just about every episode or every other episode has some type of twist, something we weren't expecting, or confirmation of a question that we have been asking ourselves since it started pretty much. And that's why I love this anime. I wish more people would give it a try, even though I can understand why people don't, because the first few episodes were kind of suggestive and a little bit too over the top for a lot of people. But if you stick through that and reach up to this point, it's definitely worth the watch. Tell me what you guys thought about this awesome episode. I cannot wait to see what happens in the next 6 or 7 or how many more episodes we're going to get. And the ending is bound to be emotional and awesome. But anyway, tell me what you guys thought. It's Majay the Chia. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.